they're affected deeply by whatever society they live in. If they live in a violent society, all they know is violence. One of the reasons I started the peace movement in Ireland was because of my children. I didn't want my children to suffer the way I had, with injustice and violence and killing each other in the name of God. You know, we teach children about God in our churches, and we teach children about God or Buddha or whoever. And then we teach them how not to be like these good people. Our actions are not godlike. And God never declared war. And I believe that we have to polish children, teach them that they can have a voice, they can have a say in their own life. We began to airlift the children in a little 6-seater plane. And on our first airlift, we took 36 children in this tiny little plane. And when we arrived, 14 had died. And I think, I'm so sorry. I think in a world that can feed itself, this kind of cruelty is unforgivable, inexcusable, and should no longer be tolerated by the children of the world. Bishop Tutu of South Africa came up with the idea of asking world governments to create safe areas for babies and children when they go to war. For instance, if we had had safe areas for children in Bosnia-Herzegovina, perhaps we wouldn't have seen so many children perish there, so many children die. And I think if governments are going to allow the Red Cross to go in, it's not unfeasible to ask them to have a few acres of ground that they can house and building accommodation that they can house children, and that it's off limits to war, that it would, like a Geneva Convention for children. People who go to war and never even think of children. They're just they're little pieces of human garbage, and I think this has got to stop. Maybe the children can show us how to build a better world. What we need to do is build a multimedia database. We're going into the 21st century with enormous technology. There is more technology in the next 2 years than we've had in the past 20 years. We have internet, we have the superhighway, we have computers that are incredible. And I would be afraid that the children may be left out because corporate world will take all these technological advances and they will use them. And I think we must put the children into technology today. It's too late to leave it to tomorrow. Perhaps if they're going to read the internet constantly like most people do, and we keep giving it to them how bad it is, perhaps we'll get the adult world to listen. And also it will connect our children in the world. We can use this in the classroom, that we can ask children to care about their little brothers and sisters. And perhaps the children will help us realize that we can solve these problems.